This house full of food, but none of it will compare to that moment, that perfected meal. You know what I'm saying? We can have 50,000 canned goods in here, but none of it will amount to that one moment of a good meal. So I think every part of our life must be looked at. Like a lot of times, we want to consume some whole reality. We want to get consumed by some desire. The reality is just some moment of perfection, some moment of righteousness, where it has come to us completely right. It's a fact. But it's the nature of us to be conclusive about everything and not be in a moment. To add it up into a series of string of moments that's not even related. You take this meal, you eat this, I'm gonna eat this for the rest of my life. Yeah, right. But you eat that and find out it's another moment, you're gonna eat another meal. Or you might want to eat that again. The point is, being in that moment will find more happiness. The over-conclusiveness leads to sadness. Because a lot of times you'll find yourself wrong. But you can be happy in any moment. You can do that. While your conclusiveness will contradict that, your happiness is right there, ready to be experienced in every moment. That's heavy, man.
Part of your chi be full too. Sometimes you're not entertaining what somebody else is doing.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's
you full.
Yeah, you full off that.
And then that way, by doing that, you can entertain what you want and not what you don't want. Because what somebody's doing that you don't want is not what you want. So if you're entertaining what somebody's doing that's not what you want, you couldn't be entertaining what you want at the same time. So if you take your mind off what they not doing that you want and focus on what you want, at that moment, you find out what you want is already there and you're closer to it. Even if it's a damn glass of water. Simple, huh? Simple. It really is that simple, man. But it has made us over-conclusive and get out of ourselves, become slaves to our egos, and attach our egos to everything and then chase our ego. Damn, where my ego going? Big ass buffet of food sitting in front of you. My ego over there eating all. Shit.
Damn, drop my apple pie. Drop this up.
But I'm serious, that's a real serious analogy. You following your ego all the way up the street. You straight right here. I know I've been in that situation many times. When I was able to get out of my ego and say, wait a minute, I'm in bliss. I have actually been liberated by my ego leaving. I've been liberated into the perfection of this moment. Because as being a slave to your ego, you're always going to be a slave to your ego. Once you liberated from that, now you really free now. And that's when I said, the thing that you most attached to and most worried about, you got to let that shit go. And it's different things for different people. It's easy hearing me say it than it is in the moment. But the very thing you attach to, it got the most value that you worried about. Not that. That's the shit you get to let that shit go. And you will sleep good that day. And yourself, next time you hear me lecture, you say, man, I told myself all that before you said that. I wonder why. Because once you let that shit go, yourself gonna start talking to you. Then you're gonna build a better relationship to yourself. For real.
But that first initial letting go, that's going cold turkey.
Let that shit. And you might have to go cold. Because yourself be just pushing at you. You might just have to be like, I'm not gonna respond to this shit. I'm not gonna do this shit. You know you want to get out. Attachment and emotion, Just let it. Then you'll get past that. Trust me. All the negative emotions and feelings within you is gonna come to pass. Then you're gonna go from that to gonna get it wrecked again and get back into yourself. You done broke the addiction. You're straight now. Don't go back. Run with your moment. In the moment.
I actually found letting go a lot of things not cold turkey. There's been times where I've let go things, and almost every time I've immediately found money. Literally, man, $20, $11. I'm walking down the street, letting things go. Oh, this thing. I found it was like $13 the other day, man. I'm thinking about something or whatever. I'm like, let it go. I'm thinking release or whatever.
Whatever you
$13
attach to, whatever idea you attach to, let that shit go.
Because you seeing that, even though it's only imaginary, when you holding something, but it's only imaginary, you're seeing that. You know, so you're not seeing that which is around you.
You teach
You know, and it's blessings and bliss, things that you created before, because that's how you get here now. You don't even see it.
Because when you're focusing
Right.
on something so intently, you can't see the things around you that
Yeah.
you need, that the universe brings to you that you need, because the universe will provide for you.
Right, you
But if
teach
you're focusing on something that out of fear or that you think you need, that's all that you're gonna get is more things confirming that.
Yeah. You created that.
Not.
Yeah. That's it.
You teach it. That's heavy. And then you become innocent. So no one can condemn you.
Right.
The other day I was saying like, so many people are worried about like being broke, but they go through years and years and years like feeling broke and surviving in that, right? So the actual being broke is what they're living in.
Right.
And that's the same thing that they're afraid of. So they're still surviving.
And they want to live in what they're living in, which is why they keep making the same decision, why they feel bad about being broke.
Right.
But it ain't broke, your ass want to sit there and watch television. That's what you're doing. You're not broke. You're
Right.
watching TV.
Right.
You're going back to the refrigerator.
That's it.
You're not working.
That's why living amongst conscious beings is so challenging, because in a Christian society, a life where it's just two people living together, maybe 3 or 4, you can get away with it. When you in a conscious house, you can't get away with certain things. Everywhere you go, it's like, oh shit. Oh shit, where can I go? Motherfuckers got to find spaces on
You
the
can't have a
road,
moment of
man.
negativity. You walk around the room, somebody smiling like, damn.
Now, some type of information for you. Sometimes. God damn, man.
Right.
Motherfuckers sleep around here, man. Right.
So whatever we severely attach to, we gotta let it go, because that's what's blocking the channel of abundance.
You teach.
Because we've limited that to being our source, when the entire universe is our source, in the moment. So we gotta let that go. That's the,
Oh,
that's the
James said, pay me
conflict.
that. But it's $100 laying on the ground right there by you right now. James said, give me my $88. I think you got more than $88. Right there by you.
That's a fact.
You're gonna eat, you know.
Let eat go and be full.
Right, exactly.
We let them attachments go. That doesn't mean that the people we're amongst gonna let their attachments go. All of them. But we let ours go, we're free.
Right.
And when you look in, you experience somebody in their own consciousness, they really actually are innocent. Nothing you can do. All you see is your own attachments. For real, all you can see is your own mind, because it doesn't even work. A persecuting mind needs a guilty consciousness. If there's no guilty consciousness, there's no one to persecute. There's no one there. Selfless. They can't say you did that. They'd be like, you did that. You did that.
You be on that meditation.
What am I doing?
You did that.
You be on that meditation, and it seems like other reflections always be trying to come and get you out of that meditation. Hey, man. That's just me in my zone, man.
Right, you did that. Whatever they trying to say, because you too happiness, you have like a force field.
Right.
Because you really are just an innocent in being yourself. You're not trying to be who they want you to be, who you shouldn't be, who you should not be. You're just being yourself. Nobody can be mad at you for that. You know, it's a fact. But just by giving them the illusion that we could possibly live up to who they want us to be and not ourselves, we created that negative relationship with others. You know, step out of that.
Yeah.
And when you give yourself the right to be yourself, other people will too.
You got it.
You know.
You're rich or broke as you intend to be. Everything's an intention.
Yeah. That's power.
I ain't want that money from James anyway. That's why I gave it to him.
That debt thing is dangerous.
Yeah.
Thinking that you owe anybody anything.
Right.
That's another rule.
Yeah.
Not even monetary.
You're right.
Anything.
Yeah.
What you owe is being true to yourself.
Yeah.
By being that, you'll make a lot of people rich.
You teach.
Energetically.
Yeah.
Peace, God.
Yes, sir. Great.
You going out? Or you gonna be?
Yeah.
You going out?
Probably soon.
So you got the.
Yeah, I got the key to the back door. Yeah.
All right.
Be easy, man.
Great, man.
Yeah, we thinking that we don't find out we don't owe anybody anything,
Right.
then we can really reap the abundance and gain that respect of the abundance.